Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Today we are rebuilding the Orlando Magic. It's been an interesting season for the Magic. They started out pretty hot the first 10 games of the year. Paolo got hurt. Franz took over the lead role and they kept rolling. Franz got hurt. They were like kind of decent still, and then they came back and they've been kind of a mess lately. Weird season for the Magic, who are 27-29 as of All-Star Weekend break. I probably won't get this video out before this game on the 20th, but who knows? The goal of today's video is not just to win one championship. This team is so good and so young. The goal is to win multiple championships today. I'm thinking 3. So at the point guard, we got Jalen Suggs. He's taking a big step forward. I think the pre-draft concerns about his shooting are justified, maybe not justified. Obviously, as a rookie, shot the ball poorly, shot really good last year, and he's shooting poorly again from 3. Caldwell Pope, I thought was a great addition in the offseason, a guy who can shoot the ball, can play some good perimeter defense, but he is shooting 30%. So they're getting no shooting from their backcourt, which was like probably the biggest issue with this team going into the season, because obviously Banchero can create his own shot, but not a great shooter. Wagner, again, not a great shooter. I mean, the biggest issue with this team is shooting / huge forwards. Center rotation, a little, Wendell Carter, he's a bit short. It's like a self-perpetuating issue though with the shooting, because the less shooting you have, the harder it is on the good shooters that you do have to be able to put up efficient shots. But I actually really like the Orlando Magic build. I like the rotation. I feel like in a weird way, it's kind of reminding me of the Celtics, where the team is really built around 2 super dynamic young forwards. Now, we're just going to sim out the rest of this regular season because the trade deadline has passed. I can't make any changes to this year's 2024-2025 Orlando Magic. And I think we're making the play-in. I was hoping we could get a better draft pick. I kind of don't even want to make the play-in. I want a chance at the lottery here, but let's see what happens. 35-47. Not a great way to end this first year. Jokic MVP. No All-NBA guys for us with the injuries that we had. We are the 9 seed going against the Chicago Bulls in this first play-in. We beat them. We beat the Detroit Pistons, so we are the number 8 seed going against the New York Knicks. Not the greatest series for us, although I feel like Banchero could kind of have his way in this matchup. Honestly, I feel like this is the type of series where if we just made it an absolute rock fight, slug it out type series, kind of what the Knicks did to the Sixers last year, I feel like we might have a little bit of a chance, honestly. So we're gonna make a game plan. Honestly, I know the Magic have been struggling a lot in real life lately, and we finished 35-47. I like this team. I know they can't shoot at all really, but I still kind of like this team. So let's give it a go. Let's not just give up this first year. We're not gonna run a lot of help. We're not here to run plays. Yeah, we are gonna play slow, physical, tough, get to the basket. I mean, the Knicks, they got great defenders. I'm not too worried about Cat protecting the rim. Don't think we're gonna win this series. We lost game 1 by 5, but I really do think the Magic versus the Knicks is an interesting matchup for the Knicks. And we're up 3-1, baby. We won 4-1, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like we're low-key built in a way that's kind of good against this Knicks team. I don't know. Am I crazy? I feel like you got to deal with Wagner and Banchero, man. 6'10" for both of them. That's going to be tough for a lot of teams. It's going to be a nice ace up our sleeves for the rest of this rebuild. So here we go. We got the Indiana Pacers now. Again, another team that I feel like we can just beat up. Now, can we outshoot the Pacers? No. But we can beat them up and slow down the pace. Gonna be a little bit harder to just get to the paint against this Pacers team with Siakam and stuff though. But I mean, man, I don't know, man. I kind of like the Magic in this matchup too. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's see what happens though. I do think there is a world where the Pacers just run up the tempo and we can't keep up with their scoring. But again, here we are, 3-1, 2-3. Okay, I mean, it's a series. All right, we win. We get to the conference finals as an 8 seed. Let's go. All right, the Cleveland Cavs. This is the series where I do think we're gonna have our struggles. They've got a lot of size in that front court. Dynamic bigs. I mean, those are the types of bigs that I do think are going to give this Magic team trouble. And we don't have a lot of guys on the perimeter who are really going to punish the Cavs small backcourt. This is the series where I don't feel great, but last year, granted the Cavs had some injuries, the Magic took them to 7. So let's not forget that. That was just 1 year ago. Paolo Banchero was pretty awesome in that series. So we're going to keep rolling with Paolo. I don't think we win this, but we do take game 1. They got game 2. They got game 3. 4, and we got 5 though. We got 6 though. We could be going to the NBA Finals with a -12 win-to-loss ratio. Okay, you know what? Win or lose here, I'm pretty happy, and we ended up winning. Wow. Curry and Banchero, and honestly, the Warriors are a team that quite frankly, I mean, look at this Warriors team, man. Quite frankly, I think we could beat. I think if these teams played in a series right now, I might pick the Magic. Jalen Suggs, 94 perimeter defense, bro. I love that. All right, let's see who wins. I mean, I do think the Warriors scoring would be kind of hard to keep up with, but man, could we beat them up. We are up 2-0. We are up 3-0, 3-1. Wow, they're going to come back. And no, we're gonna win. We're gonna win a championship. I didn't even do anything. I just made game plans. Wow, Banchero Finals MVP. All right, weird start to the video. I don't think any of us watching, I don't think myself thinks the Orlando Magic are actually gonna win the NBA championship this season. So let's get this rebuild going. You know, obviously we're not gonna have as good of a draft pick as I think the Magic will end up with in real life, but I don't think it's entirely unrealistic the Magic could make like a conference championship run. I don't really see them beating a Cleveland or a Boston, but you know, I'm done making excuses for my squad, man. We did what we had to do. So 30th, there we go. We have the 24th pick. And again, I want shooting. Like, shooting is what I feel like this team desperately needs. And we've got Jalil Bethea here. We're going to take him. Seems like more of an athletic driver type than a shooter, but we got to develop some guards on this team. And I am going to trade this final pick in the draft for a future Atlanta first. Of course, we're going to draft Dink Pate. I feel like we draft this guy every time. Even when I auto draft, he ends up on my team. So we're going to bring back Paulo Banchero, Wagner, Anthony Black, Jet Howard, and that's about it. Also, Mac McClung is a 66 overall. I feel like, you know, Mac should be a little bit higher than that. For some reason, his relation is outraged, but you know what, Mac, we're going to try to bring you back. All right, so we really don't have a lot of cap space, and I just want to find someone who can kind of shoot the ball. All right, so I'm going to try to sign Haywood Highsmith. I know he's listed as a small forward, power forward, but I feel like we could play him more at the 2-guard spot. He's only 6'5". He's got a decent 3-point shot, good defense playing in that Miami Heat system. Okay, I feel like I do want more shooting. So Cole Anthony's been kind of been rumored to be on the move for a while. We've got Suggs locked up long-term already. Anthony Black's the young guy, so I feel like Cole Anthony is kind of the odd man out in this rotation. Caldwell Pope is good, but at 32, I'm kind of anticipating some decline from him, so we're probably going to look to move on from him. Jonathan Isaac, again, another guy on a great cost-controlled contract, but he's locked up long-term. Now, I do think long-term he could be a good backup to Banchero. Just, you know, you sub out 1 6'10", good defensive player, you bring in another one. And then we've got a lot of centers. Wendell Carter's the one that signed long-term. He's on a pretty okay contract. Personally, I just 6'10". I like my centers to be a bit taller. All of our centers are basically 6'10". I would love a true 7-footer. I know we have a huge front court, but I still want a little bit more size. Wagner's the expiring, so I feel like he's the one who's going to get moved here. So I kind of love this trade from the Bulls to get Lonzo Ball. I'm not going to accept it only because I just don't think the Bulls would ever do this trade, but I would love Lonzo on this team. I think he'd be a lot of fun. So I'm going to make this trade to get Grayson Allen and Nick Richards. Grayson Allen actually is like the NBA's league leader in 3-point percentage last season, so he is an elite shooter, and I don't really need Cole's on-ball creation on this team quite as much. Now, we're still at a point where I feel like we low-key have like too many players and not enough playing time for all of them. Like, I really want to figure out, is there a way we can kind of, you know, up our, you know, our star power a little bit? I don't know if there is. So let's see how much we lost in player progression. Banchero up to a 91, Wagner up to a 90, we got Suggs up to an 86, Anthony Black up to an 81, which is interesting for us. At 6'7", Anthony Black, when we play him next to our guys, I mean, this team is huge. 6'5", Jalen Suggs, 6'7", Anthony Black, 6'10", forwards. Just a massive team. And we have 3 centers. Grayson Allen declined, and wow, Caldwell Pope declined a lot. So that Grayson Allen trade is going to work out pretty good for us. Jet Howard is also coming up on the way up. We'll see how much he develops, but got a lot of good players. I feel like what this team really needs is like some magical fairy to like give their guards the ability to shoot the ball better. So entering this second year, we got Jalen Suggs at the point, Grayson Allen at the 2, Wagner at the 3, Banchero at the 4, Wendell Carter at the 5 now. Weird situation. I got Anthony Black off the bench. Love it. Nick Richards off the bench. Love it. Goga Patazzi, you know, with Richards. Do we need him? I don't know. Jonathan Isaac. Love that, backing up my forwards. Now, I have Jet Howard who needs to play to develop. I got Tristan Da Silva who could use some playing time to develop. I got Haywood Highsmith who we just signed in free agency. I essentially, and honestly, Caldwell Pope is not that bad still. I honestly have like 3.5 guys who I feel like should be getting some PT, but they're just not gonna on this team. So let's go simulate the beginning of the season. Let's go to the 1st of January. I think the team is gonna be pretty good. I mean, we still have the overwhelming size. We actually now have more shooting on the perimeter than we did before, and we just got offered Tyrese Maxey. I don't want to give up one of my forwards, but Maxey would be a nice combo with Banchero. Now, our goal today is to win 3 championships, so we've already accomplished that once on like a miracle run. Here in year 2, we are now 26-6 through, you know, the first 2 months or so of the season. Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks, who is on these teams that is just trailing us? This is the real Miami Heat team who is catching up to us. Florian Big Dog got a wild card personality? Who the okay, this is the team. This is the fantasy team that's trailing us. We've got the Atlanta Hawks. They got James Harden on the bench, bro. James Harden playing in Atlanta. Man would go broke. Probably wouldn't show up. So the Eastern Conference is a completely new area, bro. Like, our dreams of being a dynasty, we got to watch out. Dallas Mavs, we know their team. The Spurs, we know Wemby. Wemby kind of scares me, bro. He's kind of the counter to my team construction. So I talked about how we have some guys on our team who need some playing time. And the good news for me, Banchero is a definite easy re-sign. He's going to be a restricted free agent. Highsmith, we haven't been playing, so we could afford to lose him. Richards, I think it's nice to have him around, but we could honestly afford to lose him. And all these guys are on team options. Like, I really don't need to make a move here at all. So I don't think I'm going to make a move. I think we're going to simulate the rest of the season. The team is doing pretty damn good. We only have an 11-point differential. I'm saying only as if that's not amazing, but compared to a 26-6 team, I honestly thought it'd be a little bit higher. Now, preemptively, I'm just going to sign Anthony Black to a contract extension. Just why not? Okay, now we're going to roll to the end of the season. So Lakers Luka takes the MVP with 35, 8, and 8. That's impressive. Cooper Flag, rookie of the year for the Nets. RJ Barrett, the sixth man. Man, you guys were mad at me when I was hating on RJ Barrett. And you know what? I don't take it back. The Raptors are horrible. Wemby, the depoy. I'm scared of Wemby. I really hope we don't face the Spurs in the finals. We have no All-NBA first team guys or second team. Paulo makes the All-NBA third team. Even though our boy averaged about 28, 8, and 4 on decent shooting than Paulo's shooting or anything else, we're the #1 seed. We went 65 and 17. It's the best record in the NBA by 6 games. Man, the Spurs scare me. The Spurs scare me, man. Castle, Fox, Vassell, Draymond, and Victor Wembanyama with Herb Jones and Sohan off the bench. What is this? The defensive terrorism unit? Okay. We are going against the New York Knicks in the first round again. We beat them as the 8th seed. Now we're the 1 seed. They're the 8th seed. I'm going to simulate this round. We're going to win 4-1. Okay, now we've got the Toronto Raptors. I just talked trash on these Raptors. They got Quickly, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Vucevic. I honestly feel like this is like a discount version of our team. Like, I'll take Wagner over Ingram right now. I'll take Banchero over Barnes right now. I mean, the other guys are the supporting cast. Yeah, I mean, they just feel like they're like the ugly younger brother of us, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's figure this out, though. I don't want to take them too lightly. Grayson Allen only has 74 perimeter defense. I would expect higher from him, given his, his actions at Duke, but is what it is. Here we go. Toronto Raptors. Game 1, they beat us. I feel like they're going to beat us after all that shit I just talked. But we are up 2-1. We're up 3-1. We got a date with the Pacers. We beat the Pacers last year. And what's nice, too, is those Spurs got swept by the Warriors. Wow. And the Warriors, who do they got? They got Curry, Podziemski, Butler, Kuminga. We beat the Warriors in the finals last year. All right, Indiana Pacers, the 2 seed. They ended up taking it from the Heat, who dropped to 7. Florian Big Dog could not get the job done. And this Pacers team is the same Pacers team we beat last year. All right, and I think we beat them 4-1 if I remember. So we take game 1 in an absolute rout, game 2 in a rout, game 3 in a rout. Get this team a router. They don't know what they're doing. We got a Warriors rematch in the finals, and we beat the Warriors last year. I think we're gonna beat them again this year. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0, 4-0, and the Orlando Magic back-to-back finals champions. Paulo Banchero, finals MVP. Feeling like we're the 2-time champs. There has not been a three-peat in American sports since the Lakers did it, and I think we're about to be the next team to do it. But if you watch my Spurs rebuild, you know it's not always how it seems. We have the last pick in the draft. We also have that Hawks pick in 2028, which is kind of juicy. All right, we're like overloaded with talent, so I think I'm gonna trade this pick for 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, we just need cost-controlled players at this point, and we got a lot of really bad players who honestly, I'm not going to... This is a bad draft, bro. We're going to sign Irving Butler, but who knows? All right, so, I mean, team options on these young guys, De Silva and Howard, who didn't play for me. Caldwell Pope's going to accept his player option, but again, that's okay. I mean, maybe we're at this point in his career, we're going to be overpaying for him, but at the waist, all we really need to do this year is bring back Banchero. I could go without bringing back Nick Smith because we have extra guys on our front line. So here we go, Banchero. We're just going to offer Banchero a big, fat contract as much as I can, and he's going to take it. All right, Nick Richards going to try to sign him again. I mean, he was a part of our championship core. Feel like we can get away with not paying him too much, and we bring him back. I don't have bird rights for Haywood, so I don't know if I can bring him back. 2-year minimum. Is he going to take it? Yeah, he's back. So I just brought the team back. I don't feel like we need to make a big change here. I feel like we're in a great position to win championship number 3, and look at the green arrows, man. Caldwell Pope, otherwise known as Contavious Caldwell Poop. He's down to 72, but that, you know what? He's a champion. Champion with us, the Lakers. Caldwell Pope now a 4-time champ in this rebuild. Haywood declined, but he wasn't even in the rotation rotation, man. We're looking really good. Now, the problem is when I have all these good young guys, I'm like, I gotta find them minutes. I gotta find them playing time. But I don't really want to mess with the rotation because it works. You know, it works so good. But Grayson Allen, let's see what he's at. I didn't notice what Grayson was at. Yeah, Grayson Allen isn't even in the first page of players we have. He is a 79 overall. So year 3 rotation is again Suggs, Grayson Allen, Franz Wagner, Banchero, Wendell Carter. I mean, this is like your dream as a Magic fan is you just have a ton of guys who can play tough physical rebounding and defense. Got to get a better shooting valve at the 2. We haven't figured that out yet in real life. And then off the bench, I mean, we just have so much talent. Like Tristan Da Silva is not playing. Isaac, I kind of want to keep Isaac in the rotation, man, but we got Anthony Black at 85 overall. He's got to play. We got all these guys. Jet Howard. I don't know if we're going to make any trades this year. I think this year is going to be more about tinkering with lineups. So we're going to go to the 1st of January again. See if the team is again a dominant team. Don't like that we lose to the Cavs and Raptors. I do feel like this might just be about who gets to play on the bench. Starting lineup we're not going to touch, but the bench we might have to make some adjusting to because we are picking up some L's, man. We already got 3 L's. All right, so we're 26-9. We're number 1 in the power rank, number 1 in the conference rank. Pretty much tied with the Cavs, and the Nets are right behind the Cavs with the Spurs. I mean, I still feel like, given how talented our roster is, like we're number 1, but we should be better than like number 1 by a little bit. We should be number 1 by a lot of it. Seems like though the team is good when everybody plays. The only player who's not killing it is Highsmith, and we're really not giving Haywood a lot of minutes. So team is doing pretty solid. Grayson Allen, he's a starter. He's got the lowest plus minus of all the guys with big minutes. I do wonder, is there a world where we can upgrade that 2-guard spot to just a better off-the-ball shooter than Grayson Allen? So I'm going to try to make a trade for Max Christie. Max Christie has a perimeter defense. He's got a 3-point. This guy is a good lockdown defender. He's got 6'5" height, kind of right around the height that my 2 guards have been in this rebuild. So he's got good size. Now I'm offering up Jet Howard and I'm offering up a pick. Let's see if they take it, and they do. Okay. So only change to the lineup now is Max Christie is our new starting 2-guard. We're upgrading at defense there. Still a great shooter. Does take Grayson Allen entirely out of the rotation, which is a little crazy. Like our lineup is just a little too stacked. Like guys are still getting no minutes playing on this team. It's insane. We're going to go to the trade deadline just to see in case I mess something up doing that trade, but I don't see how that makes us a worse team. I feel like that only makes us a better team. So here we go. We just beat the Brooklyn Nets, the number 3 seed in the East. Yeah, we're cruising. So hopefully we won't have to make another trade. 40-12 at the trade deadline. I think we're going to roll with the team we have. The team is pretty solid. Here we go. 40-12. I think we're going to be a team with like 60 wins, maybe high 50 wins. Honestly, I feel like piled up too many losses early in the season. So if we can get to like 56, 57 wins, I think I'll be pretty happy with the outcome of this season. And we're going to do way better than that. We're going to get to 67 wins. We basically didn't lose a game after the trade deadline. Victor MVP, not really too surprising. No All-NBA first team, but Banchero moves up to the second team. Our boy Paulo, he's killing it, man. About 28 a game, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Great shooting, actually very efficient shooting, best shooting of his career. Wagner averaged about 23 a game, and I feel like this is a nice balance for our team, where these 2 guys are really leading the way for us between Franz and Banchero. Suggs right behind them. Anthony Black is there. I like that our guards are really kind of benefiting from the, interior pressure that our forwards are pushing. I think this is just a really good construction for this team. All right, so we got the Atlanta Hawks here in round 1 up the street from Orlando, and they got Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Risha Shea, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu. It's kind of an interesting team because it's like they've got a lot of these guys, Dyson Daniels, defensive wings. They're kind of similar to us in that regard, but I just feel like obviously I'll take Banchero over Jalen Johnson. I'll take Wagner over Risha Shea. And Jalen Suggs to guard Trae. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for us. So here we go. Game 1, we take it. They take game 2. We take 3. We take 4, and we got a date with the Cavaliers. The romantic one, bro. They got that burgundy. They got that gold. The colors are right. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, the Cavs. The Cavs. We've played this Cavs team before. We almost lost to this Cavs team in the first year of this rebuild in the conference finals. This is going to be a tough matchup. I do love that we've got such good perimeter players now. We're going to make a little bit of an adjustment to the game plan that I think I can improve upon from last time. Max Christie, 83 perimeter defense. I wish it was a little bit better, but 88 agility. I think that's as good as it's going to get for us guarding Garland. Donovan Mitchell, we've got that 93 agility, 97 perimeter defense. Jalen Suggs to take care of this one. All right, here we go. Game 1 against the Cavs. We win in an absolute blowout. Wow. Okay, in Cleveland, though, they beat us. We're up 3-1. We win that game by 1 point. We're in the conference finals. The Brooklyn Nets. Who is on this Nets team? Dinwiddie Thomas, Flag, the Coopery Flag. And the rest of this team is buns. Okay, so it's like if we can stop Cooper Flag, I think we stop their team. And we get lucky again. The Spurs got swept in the second round. Sometimes you need luck, man. Sometimes you need luck. All right, Brooklyn Nets. We take game 1, 2, 3, and I think we're gonna sweep them. Yeah, I mean they were we were a bad matchup for them. Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves versus us in the finals. It's the normal Timberwolves team, except Robert Dillingham has entered the chat. I'm gonna be honest, this team doesn't scare me very much. I know they've got the rim protector, but this is Gobert 3 years into the future. This is not gonna be the same Gobert y'all know and don't think many of you love. Jalen Suggs. It's so nice having these teams where you've got the lockdown guard to just put on these other guys. I don't think this is gonna be an easy matchup, but I do think we're gonna win. They just have too many spacing issues, and I think that we've got a nice perimeter guy. Wow, and as I say that, man, they're killing us. 3-3, it goes to a game 7. Okay, game 7, here we go. Frick, we're at home. We're at home, man. We have a nice 11-point lead in that first quarter. We lose the second quarter. Third quarter's a battle. We got a good lead going into the end of the game. They're rallying here in this fourth quarter, but I think we're going to take it. We're going to win 3 in a row. We have brought the Orlando Magic to absolutely new heights, made them a dynasty. Paulo Banchero, 27.5 a game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, just a great performance. Banchero with 44 in the deciding game 7. Suggs with 25. Franz, not a great game from Franz, but you know what? Randall and Edwards, they both kind of went off, but took them a lot of shots to get there. So feeling decent about this, feeling good about this rebuild. It makes me wonder if either 2K's overrating the Magic, if I'm overrating the Magic, but I do think this team has a really bright future. I love the size and defensive upside this team has. They just got to figure out the shooting. If you guys enjoyed this rebuild, click up here to watch my last rebuild. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.